Hey guys, it's Adrian over BHA here, bringing you another video. So I promised the guys over at Zemismart that I would do another video that was probably more detailed on the smart Wi-Fi water heater switch that they sent me. So if you guys didn't catch my video a few weeks back, the nice folks over at Zemismart had sent me some products to test out and to review and kind of show you guys various things. So I did a combined video that had all the products in it, but I promised Zemismart that I would do one that was more specific to just the water heater switch. So I've been running it for a few weeks now, and it is a pretty awesome product. I have had no issues with it whatsoever. It has worked very well, even with having a tasmota running on it and Home Assistant. It will handle a pretty big load. I didn't mention that in the previous video because I totally missed that part, but I think it's up to like 3,000 watts, so it should handle a pretty large water heater. So it's not just a regular switch. It is specific and can handle the load of a much more powerful device. And I'll have all the links for everything in the description below. So I haven't seen this specific item from Zemismart on Amazon's website, but you can buy it directly from Zemismart, and it's also available on AliExpress. And you know, if you shop AliExpress at all, you'll know that they usually have a coupon or some kind of sale going on every couple of weeks. So you may check back for a lower price. But for 25 bucks, it's not bad. So let's do a quick run through of everything we're going to cover in this video. So, of course, you know, we'll start by unboxing the device to show you what that looks like as it comes in from Zemismart. Once we've done that, then we're going to go ahead and wire this up. Once it's wired up and powered on, then we'll go through and just do a little quick flash with tasmota using a TUYA-CONVERT. Once that's done and it's currently running tasmota, then we'll configure tasmota. Lastly, we'll add that switch to Home Assistant. So let's get started. All right, so here I am unboxing the device. It's not a very big box, but as you can see, they're listed there. It's a Wi-Fi boiler switch. And of course, they have several different versions depending on your location, and you can get it in white or black. So it's pretty sleek looking. It has a glass front end, and just basically has the water droplet icon on the front, which is where where you touch it to turn it on and off. As you can see at the back, it just has a place for you to wire up from your power source and then onto your water heater. Besides that in the box, the only thing else that comes in there are a set of screws, of course, to connect it to the wall box, and then, of course, instructions on everything for configuring and setting it up. So as you can see here, my water heater is in just in its own little closet. So it doesn't have like a wall box or anything for where that wire's coming in. It basically comes straight in and goes into the water heater. So in order for me to install this, I'm going to have to mount a wall box over here on the side, probably close to where that the line's coming in from the wall, and kind of feed everything into that box, and that's where I'll install the switch. So I've installed the wall box, and I've got the line fed into the wall box, and then of course the line coming from the box going out to the water heater. And of course I like to test everything before I plug it all in, just to make sure it works properly, and as you can see, it does. It's turning it on and off. Everything looks good there. Let's go ahead and get it mounted in the wall box. And as you can see, here we are. We have it mounted in. Everything looks good. I'm not expecting it to be perfect. Like I said, it's inside a closet, so it's not really going to be seen by anyone other than probably myself. but I did want it to look somewhat nice. Everything looks good. Let's check it, make sure it still works. And it does. Awesome. Let's move on to the next step. So right off the bat, you don't have to flash this with Tasmota. If you are happy with setting up a TUYA or Smart Life cloud account so that you can use the TUYA and Smart Life app on your phone to control it, you are completely fine with doing that. You shouldn't have to do anything else. Once you wire it up, you can add it to that TUYA app and you are good to go. And for those that use that, there is even a Smart Life component or a TUYA component in Home Assistant so that you can add those devices directly into Home Assistant that way, and it'll communicate with your cloud account to control the device. But for me, I prefer to put Tasmota on it if I can. So the easiest way to do that is using TUYA-CONVERT. It is an awesome way to be able to flash some of these devices. I'll put a link to their GitHub page in the description below. It's great because you don't have to solder any wires or anything. Everything's done over the air using a Raspberry Pi with TUYA-CONVERT installed. All right, so here we are. We are connected to the Raspberry Pi that is running TUYA-CONVERT. So I'm going to move into that directory. And basically all I need to do is run the script that's downloaded from their GitHub page, start_flash.sh. Of course, and it'll come up and explain everything to you and tell you, be careful because you can brick the device and all the normal stuff that it normally does. But once you've read all that and you've agreed to continue on with it, type yes and hit enter. And then, of course, it's going to ask you to join a device to the vTrust Flash SSID. So, of course, I'm going to use my phone. And as you can see here, it's really already connected just because as soon as I started the script. For the first time you do it, it will prompt you probably for a password. And, of course, this is the password that you're going to need to type in. Once you are connected with your phone, you can kind of continue forward. Now, for this particular water heater switch, all I had to do is touch where the droplet icon was on the wall plate. And just hold it there for a second until you start seeing it flash. That basically means it's in flashing mode. And you can, then you should see it, take off like this, and it's going to start flashing the device and getting it all ready with the new firmware. Now at the end, it comes up with a few different options. You can undo it if you want to take it back to the original software. And there's some other options. We're looking for Flash 3. That will put on the basic build of Tasmota, and then we can kind of move from there. Basically, once it reboots, we should be able to get it connected to our Wi-Fi network, just like any other Sonoff. Let's move on to the next step. All right, so I've got it connected to my Wi-Fi network. So now I need to configure it for the correct pinout for it to work properly with Tasmota. And so I created a template for that because there's not one specific for this Zemismart Water Heater Switch. So this is the pinout for my template. So you may want to pause it here if you have one of these so you can get everything configured correctly. Basically, once you have that in there, you can hit save and it should reboot. I've already got mine saved, so I don't need to do that. Give your template a name just so you can find it in the list whenever you select it as what module that you'll be using. Once you've got MQTT configured with all of your MQTT information that you use with Home Assistant, then go ahead and hit save and it will reboot. And then you should be ready to add it to Home Assistant. All right, so it's pretty much the same as any other Sonoff device using MQTT. We're just going to find an open spot in my switch.yaml file here. The platform, of course, will be MQTT. The name, I'm going to call it Water Heater A because I have two water heaters in my house. The one on the left side or the left side devices I call A. The right side devices I call B. So this will be Water Heater A. And then this is my command topic that I set up in tasmota. So TUYA/CMND/WH_A and then power. State topic, we'll just set it the same. Payload on, of course, will be on. Payload off will be off. We'll set the retain to true. Once that's done, we can go ahead and save that. We'll just jump over to Portainer and reboot Home Assistant for our changes to take effect. And now that our web front end is back up with Home Assistant, we can add this as a card in Home Assistant. So we'll configure a UI in this Loveless interface here, and we'll hit add. We can just say entities. I'm going to set the title to be water heaters. And then, of course, I'm going to add that newly created switch. Go ahead and hit save. And as you can see, there it is. It's functioning properly. It shows that it's following the schedule that I have set up, where it comes on in the morning and then goes off during the day and comes back on for a little bit at night. Everything looks great. That's the end of the video, guys. So very easy to set up. Like I said, if you remember when I did the original video on this, I gave this thing 5 out of 5 stars because I felt like for the price and its ability, I thought it was great. I thought it looked pretty nice. Very easy to function with tasmota. If you prefer to do that, and easy to flash, or leaving it with TUYA and using the Smart Life TUYA app. So let's just go over everything we covered one last time. So of course we started by unboxing the device. Once we did that, we wired the switch up. Once that was done, we flashed tasmota on it using TUYA-CONVERT. Then we did some configuring in tasmota. And then lastly, we added the switch into Home Assistant. Again, that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you give the Zemismart products a chance and check out their website. They got tons of smart devices, so this is definitely not the only stuff they got. I've got some other stuff that they've sent me that I'll be doing some videos on just over time. I don't want to do just all product reviews. That's not what my channel's about. So I'll try to alternate some other types of videos and throw in one of these every once in a while. If you liked the video, please subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions or comments, hit me up in the comments below. And as always, if there are any videos out there that you would like to see that I don't already have out there, let me know in the comments as well, and I'll see if I can't get something put together for you guys. Otherwise, I'll see you guys around. Thanks.